corny with that Illuminati mess.
The ancient bloodlines is back, and my ancestry says Benin. And you niggas screaming Illuminati is whack. Y'all niggas never talk about how Haiti used African spirituality to beat Napoleon's white ass. Any nigga screaming somebody Illuminati is an agent in the mind. They're disconnected from the spiritual power, the real power that runs this entire shit. If they ain't showing you how to beat Illuminati, it's cause they Illuminati bitch. Tupac said it. Illuminati killed the Illuminati. Pac shot 2 out-of-duty police officers and the charges was dropped. That ain't Illuminati. That ain't white supremacy. That's the power of God, the glory of God to awaken you, you stupid motherfuckers.
Oh, whoa, whoa, hey, it's the urban guru, the guru. Hey man, when I get on this right here and y'all see this intro, the Illuminati series, man, automatically just strap yourself up and know that it could be some of that. Well, my man Drew Down used to say explicit game that's coming, because I'm really speaking to a certain demographic of folks. So when this information lived through the times of this cyber thing, this cyber wave, this thing called the internet, I really got a message for a core group of people that come from a certain platform, a certain understanding, that got a certain ear to know exactly what I'm talking about when they hear a certain language. So if you are one of those evolved beings, all right, that just don't want to hear a little bit of vulgar words because it's just not in your vibration, you have ascended past that particular part. I respect it. I understand it. Now is your time to go ahead and just tune out. You dig? Because I'm going after a whole young group of people who understand this science, and I need to speak a certain language to get at them because I want to. All right. So with that said, man, today's conversation, part 1 is, did Abe Lincoln free the slaves, or was there some type of Illuminati conspiracy, man? Was black folks getting out of slavery a trick? I want to know. This is a very dear topic. It's a real topic. It's a topic that needs to be talked about, because the truth of the matter is it's the next phase of the evolution Aquarian process. What the hell are you talking about, Aquarian? So let me take my time and slow down here. And it's 4:21. I probably want to keep this less than an hour and whatnot, just so I can know we on par here. All right. When I say Aquarian, I'm talking about an astronomical fact now that we are in the Aquarius age for the next 2,000 years. Question, do you know what age we in? Do you know how long an age lasts? And how many ages are there? Real simple stuff, right? If this is not your cup of tea, this is not your expertise, and you have to go Google it, you got to go figure it out. That's okay. But please understand that when you're dealing with this kind of science, all right, I'm talking about some things that you just cannot see in totality. So I get the argument, bro, you may know the astrology stuff, but your facts is off. But the facts that people dispute, and I'll show some when it comes to this particular topic, is based off of their emotion, which, in people who know me, I don't like to use the term emotion loosely, because emotion is really a thought that produces a feeling. It's a thought that produces a chemical. That chemical hits the bloodstream, and then all of a sudden, bam, you know what I mean? It's you feeling some type of way, or this thought is creating an electrical impulse, and then you can start to have muscle spasm, or you feel some type of way again. People are not thinking holistically, and they're stuck in the emotional trauma from post-traumatic slave syndrome and disorders. Okay. And they have that's reinforced through Rodney King, Mike Brown, the things that we see today. So we got to see this shit in its totality, man, in its totality. All right. So before we even get started, since we're talking about trauma, I want to go to the break that will help you break these spells of trauma. I'll be right back.
Are you plagued by trauma, abandonment, or abuse? The Imagination Guru has helped thousands just like you overcome emotional memories that prevent you from happiness and success using the power of your mind. Overcome your trauma, overcome your abandonment, overcome your abuse by first making the decision right now to call the Imagination Guru at 1-877-345-3797 and live the life you deserve.
Everybody, my name is Shannon, and I'm going to give a shout out to the priesthood for being a part of the Toa Love Fund and the Imagination Guru, and also Prosperity Investment Group. All of these items have been just an inspiration and something that's been helping me just grow tremendously, spiritually and financially. And with that's it. Peace.
All right, shout out to the Peace Queen. That was LaShannon, who you heard live testimonial yourself that she's a part of the Imagination Guru, part of our Love Fund, where we help pay members' bills. Been doing this since 2012. All right. And also part of our Prosperity Investment Group, where we making some moves in real estate. All right. So listen, man, listen. Let's talk about, did Abe Lincoln free the slaves? I'm going to say yes, because you free. You free right now. You're not a slave. So now I'm going to introduce some arguments where I saw one sister say something like, man, I disagree. Slavery has only evolved. We got to work a job. We got to pay taxes. Don't pay your taxes on your house and you don't own nothing because they'll come and take it. Listen, that's the contractual agreement that you have. You may not have been the ones who invented the system of contracts and how you would like it to go down. But at the end of the day, you're participating in something. So you always got to keep this in mind, right? That what's the year? 2017 minus what's that? 1776. Let's give the America her independence that she deserved, that she fought for, that she died for, rightfully so, and became an independent nation. All right. 1776 to now, that's 241 years. This country is only 241 years old. Within the last 100, you was just getting equipped with technology, automobiles, refrigerators, telephones, cell phones, beepers, TVs. You feel me? So humanity in the Western Hemisphere on a galactic scale or a short scale of time is infants. We babies. You in a generation now where the today's hip hop folks is pissed off and salty at the new age folks talking about, we didn't have Twitter and Instagram. We had to put the CDs in the back of our trunk and we had to grind for ours. Today, everything is so instant, as if they're mad about the goddamn internet. Like they didn't participate at the same time everybody else got the goddamn internet, as if the younger generation is the only one that got the internet and then the older people got it later. You feel me? So my point is, humanity is an infant in the stage of evolution. Just look at it. Okay. So then if you want to get on more of the biological level of man, I always say this: man and woman, when I say man, I'm talking about humanity. Okay. Man and woman have wisdom teeth. Okay. You can't even use these teeth. You got to go get them sawed out. So these teeth are connected to cranial nerves in your brain. Facts. Okay. Now, these nerves in your brain and these teeth, there's a disconnect that's there. You haven't figured out how to use these teeth correctly, unless we all, and I don't want to say this in a derogatory way, and I ain't going to even say the term, unless we all got some type of biological malfunction going on. Okay, we're in the process of evolution as humanity. And you can just see it with our advancements. And then you can see it with that biological of wisdom right there. What the hell is the wisdom in the wisdom teeth? And you got to take them out. Where's the wisdom? The wisdom comes in when you understand, like, oh, wait a minute. This thing called life, this intelligence that's inside of the body that's going to leave, because guess what? You're going to die. And when you die, that soul, that spirit of yours is going to get up off that body. And you don't know when you're going to die unless you're a master. You can figure it out, right? And then you could purposely do it too, right? And I ain't talking about with trauma either. Consciously fall out and say I'm out, okay? You don't know when you're going to do it. The spirit is going to motherfucking get ghost. So this thing called intelligence is clearly cleaving on to you in the physical shell to get some type of expression, to get some type of learning experience in this reality. It's trying to figure it out, man. Okay? All right, I'm telling you, it's trying to figure it out. And so when I made the statement and I say, okay, cool, man, shit, we in the Aquarius age. This is a celestial fact, just like we about to come into the fall season. So we just had our first two really kind of cold fronts from summer, and leaves are starting to drop already. This is a natural phenomena, a fact, cosmic law. But the Aquarian age is another law that is more of a subtle energy. It's not obvious like the rain and the four seasons. This is more of a subtle energy that's going to talk about the progression of humanity's behavior as a collective. This is the age of technology. So all of a sudden you're going to get technology out the woodworks. Everything is instant upon push, on demand. Okay? Blockbuster, out of here. Netflix, damn near the old Netflix version, out of here. Everything is digital, right? And so it's talking about the progression of mankind. So you're in this age. This is the sign that represents freedom. This is the sign. This is the age that represents no contracts. We don't want contractual agreements with cell phones and internet plans anymore. Give us everything. Upfront, all-inclusive package, right? So I can have everything, access, okay, accessible. So this is the sign that represents freedom. Facts. I always say Bob Marley is the perfect expression of Aquarian energy. Let me salute to Bob Rastaman. All right. So we see Bob Marley. We see, shout out to my man Huey P. All right. Who also is an Aquarius. All right. Shout out to Lupe Fiasco, who got the same birthday as Huey P. Newton, and Lupe Fiasco got this attitude of a revolutionary, but him and Huey P. Newton got the same damn birthday. You think that's a coincidence? Absolutely not. All right. So we're in the age of freedom, Aquarius. Abe Lincoln's an Aquarius. He comes and then he becomes the vessel that says, fuck it, South Carolina, you want to go to war over the slave shit, then fuck it, I'm going to stand up. I ain't going to cower down. I'm going to stand up and I'm a rod on you. Okay? So if you don't know how the Civil War began, the Civil War didn't even begin with a diabolical plan. See, we got to examine this. If you're going to come from the angle that the white folks up north had a diabolical Illuminati plan to get niggas out of slavery so they can bring them up north for whatever reason, the Civil War didn't even start on that note. The Civil War started when Abe Lincoln was going to come into office. It was evident that he'd be the next president. South Carolina said, fuck this. This nigga is talking about letting slaves free. We are about to get rid of the federal government in our own state. South Carolina went to go attack a ship called the Star of the West, a merchant ship. It's called the Battle of Fort Sumter, which just so happens to be one of the end places where this solar eclipse took place. Because remember, the solar eclipse on August 21st, 2017, the Great American Eclipse, it ended over South Carolina. So therefore, you can see it over Fort Sumter, which is the beginning point of the goddamn Civil War. So South Carolina didn't want to let niggas go. Abe Lincoln and the Union Boys didn't have no diabolical plan to come in and get the goddamn niggas free. South Carolina is the one that said, fuck that, we still want slaves. So that right there shows you that the whole premise of what you saying that the North is coming down south to get niggas free is some bullshit, man. I just got to call it for what it is. It's some bullshit. All right. So let me give you your starting five. Because the gripe is with this. And I'm going to say something, and goddamn it, it's obvious. Niggas is missing the point. America don't owe niggas reparations, man, for slavery. Not the United States of America. The United States of America is the only U.S. military force that came in and fought a war to get niggas up out of slavery in the Civil War. Your starting five, who you used to have a problem with, is the Confederate States of the South. Here's their starting five. South Carolina at the point guard said, I'm number one. Fuck the Union. Fuck the United States of America. I want slaves. Okay? So I got to say it like this so my youngsters can get it. See, my shit gets played in fucking classes. And the youngsters eat this shit up. And it just so happened to be, shout out to my nigga Tahuti. All right? Shout out to all my folks down there in Bishopville, South Cac. You know what I'm saying? Apply this shit. Y'all know this shit. This is what it is. All right. So South Carolina is one. All right. Then the 2 guard came in, was Mississippi. Said, fuck that. I'm rolling with you. We ain't letting these niggas go. We know Mississippi got the most lynchings on record. All right. Dirty Miss. All right. Shout out to David Banner. All right. So then the 3 at the small forward was Florida. Came in at number 3. Alabama's number 4. And then Georgia, I believe, will be the center at number 5. That's your starting 5, which later 10 more states end up joining them, like the Virginias, borderline states, Tennessee, West Virginia, North Cac jumps into that shit. Arkansas jumps into it. We got some borderline states and shit. All right. So the Confederate States of the South or of America said, fuck that. We're separating from the United States government. We want slaves. And they started bombing on the federal government, the United States of America. So it was wartime. Abe Lincoln didn't come with no diabolical plan yet, if you're going to say he did. So if he did come with a plan, the plan had to be in response to the South launching, or South Carolina and the South launching and throwing the first fucking bullet. And it just don't add up to me. Okay? So now let's explore some of these theories and shit. And here's the key too. Here's the premise. If you got a comment on the other side of the ledger that the North was on some tricky shit, the whole purpose of this dialogue is for you to drop the link. Fuck the theories and shit, man. Drop the link to the shit. Let's get to the shit, man. Show the proof. The proof that it was a goddamn conspiracy. Because when we start looking at this shit, I'm going to tell you and I'm going to show you the conspiracy shit. That shit's about to fall apart. It don't make no sense because you cannot out trick the spirit of God that wanted to get your ass free. Okay? I'm just going to say it like that. So then let me say it. If you Hebrew Israelite, then fuck it. You know what I'm talking about. Yah. If you Jesus Christ people, then Christ wanted you free. If you Egypt nigga, then fuck it, the hidden force of Amun Ra. All right? And I don't understand, certain African niggas don't understand the mystery schools when goddamn it, that whole shit was mystery. Gab, earth, shu, air. Come on, man. That shit is talking about the elements, bro. So anyway, so the North wanted the money, brother. That's what I'm here. The North wanted to get in on this money that the South was making. All right. Now, here's a conversation that I'm going to pull from YouTube. A brother, Lee Antoine, we was having some real good dialogue. It may look a little heated and shit, but that's just culture. That's cultural expression and shit, right? And we good. And in this healthy dialogue, this kind of shit needs to take place. You know what I'm saying? So he come in on the other side and, you know, he basically said that the North, the U.S. government suffered financially because the whites in the South, the Confederate States, were wealthy and independent of the Union States, which are sovereign, because of their free slave labor. Okay. So the South is wealthy because they got free slave labor. During the so-called nation building, when the government was creating a white middle class, Europeans, as usual, lacked building skills. Therefore, they needed our forefathers to bring their skills to the industrial forefront. This is where they need for an emancipation came into play. Remember, at the time, there were very little to no blacks living in the North, the Union States. Now, I got this highlighted. He said they needed our forefathers to migrate to those northern states in order to become, like I stated, he said started, but stated previously, industrial slaves. I'm going to stop right there. So he's taking the position that the North wants to use black folks to come up and build they shit, this new middle class, this new wealth shit, and we are now going to be industrial slaves. We're not going to be chain whipped and chattel slaves. We're going to go to industrial slaves. So I asked the obvious question is, if it was like that, then why didn't they just chain our ass up? If it's a conspiracy, chain our ass up and say, listen, we won't in on this shit. The niggas gonna have to build this shit up north. Bring some of these niggas up north. Bring them on up north and let's chain their ass up to the industrial machine and make their ass work for free. Okay? So we don't have to go to war with each other because it's a conspiracy. So now this means since a war happened, that means the North and the South did not have a pre-agreed agreement. This brother here later comes on and say he never said that. We both in agreement with the fact that the North and the South obviously didn't have an agreement to kill each other. Okay? Because nobody wants to die. Believe that shit. That's why you ain't started the revolution. All right? And so this next joint, he says, the Quran of the Muslim states, oppression is worse than slaughter. It's like letting brothers out of prison with strikes already against them. Are they really free? If blacks remained in chains, listen to this. If blacks remained in chains, the Caucasoids of the northern side of the Mason-Dixon line, talking about the North, would have self-destructed via excess poverty. Now I'm lost. The first picture you saying the white folks up north wanted niggas as industrial slaves. Then I'm going to ask a question. Why don't we work for fucking free then, if that's what you want? Then you said if we would have remained in chains and worked for free, they would have self-destructed from poverty. How? They would have got all the money. See, in the previous text, you said the southern white folks was already wealthy because of the free labor. So why wouldn't that rule still apply to the North when they get niggas for free? Why wouldn't they be wealthy? Why would they self-destruct? See, that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit right there. All right. And again, I ain't picking on bro. I'm just saying, again, we talking philosophy here. How to see this shit in its proper context. If white folks wanted your ass to be done, you would be done. Ain't nothing stopping them motherfuckers right motherfucking now is saying, military, mount up, round these motherfuckers up, and let's motherfucking pull a Hitler. Ain't nothing stopping them. So then you got to ask yourself, well, shit, if it is a goddamn conspiracy, what the fuck is stopping them? What they waiting on? And you hear all this dumbass shit too. Oh, brother, they waiting for you to get out of pocket. When? You don't get out of pocket. When you respond through a fucking protest, when the cops kill somebody and you start tearing up shit, Minister Juice says it best. You know what the fuck they tell you to do? They tell you to go in the house. It's a curfew. They don't come and motherfucking round everybody up and say, yes, we got these niggas. Let's put them in a concentration camp. In fact, if you had any type of military intelligence, the time of the motherfucking rioting is the time that they, the ones who want to get you, should dress up like one of the people who are rioting and do some dumbass shit that would justify it's time to round all the niggas up. But obviously that shit ain't happening. You know why that shit ain't happening? Because it ain't the goddamn plan, man. See, you gonna have to understand that that kind of fucking dialogue is a losing dialogue. You ain't no fucking warrior talking like that shit. That shit there is talking about how the white man is whipping your ass and how he's out motherfucking smarting you on the goddamn chessboard. And that's some sucker ass shit to me. I got to get that shit all the way off my motherfucking chest. For real. It's retarded. This shit is about you stepping into your motherfucking power. You stepping into your motherfucking power. And today in this motherfucking hour that I speak, the planet goddamn Mars, the planet of military motherfucking conquest. I showed you in a previous video how Mars, they got a statue of Mars at the U.S. Capitol building. Okay? the god of war, which is Tuesday. United States will go to war with your ass on a Tuesday to get in cosmic alignment to bust that ass. This is a cosmic law thing. The planet currently sits at 28 degrees Leo, where the eclipse took place. What do it mean? The shit means step up into your goddamn power. Listen, man. Africa is the motherfucking motherland. This is the side of the founding fathers. And I ain't talking about fucking George Washington and them motherfuckers either. That's symbolic for some other shit. That's talking about your future self. You over here ain't got no goddamn daddy. You in the land where your daddy left your ass and that left the fucking hood fucked up. And you really searching for a dad. What Twister say? I need a daddy. That you looking for a motherfucking daddy. All right, real shit. Motherfuckers is bastards around here, man. All right, but the daddy shit over here, the founding fathers, is for you to step your ass up. This is why you can respect, even though you may disagree, you respect the Nation of Islam because you see a group of men exercising due diligence and discipline in a way that you ain't never seen before. So it still carries this aura of motherfucking respect. Okay. So this shit is all about you stepping up into your royalty, man. Okay? Ain't nobody trying to motherfucking enslave you. Motherfuckers could have been did that shit. Shit. So did the North want more money? And I don't see that. That don't make no sense to me. Because now we're gonna have to deal with the fact that Abraham Lincoln lost his life. He got a bullet, bloop, in the back of his dome. What is that shit about? Because let's look at this shit. Conspiracy Nuts 101. Abe Lincoln is being financed by a secret group of motherfuckers that want to trick niggas into thinking they're free and make them citizens of the United States of America. And for whatever reason, as we speed it up right now to 2017, niggas is buying football stadiums, shit. Niggas own basketball teams. Niggas got their own sneakers. Motherfuckers is making over $100 million in Vegas on the fight. You can buy any store that you want to. You can create any video that's talking about knowledge that you think, YouTube motherfucker, that you think is the right motherfucking knowledge. You can make that shit right now and put that shit out and ain't nobody stopping you and shit. Right? You can even run for president in the United States and win, but that too was the white man who wanted to put Barack Obama in office. And that's a whole nother conversation because again, it's coming from a place of a sucker. It's coming from a place of a sucker. It's coming from a place of I've been defeated so much and I believe in this thing called white supremacy that any advancement of black folks is a trick from white folks because they're supreme in my psychology. That's what you're really saying. And then it looks like, since I'm just saying, yo, don't act like white folks wasn't on a goddamn abolition, wasn't abolitionists on the Underground Railroad. Don't act like the North didn't come and get niggas up out that situation called slavery. You're going to say I'm jocking the motherfucking white man. But then when but you the one that say we ain't free. Look at this shit. We ain't free. It was a plan, and they got something for us, brother. You the one that's scared of the goddamn white man. You the one so goddamn scared that you idolize this motherfucker that it has neutralized you from making any kind of goddamn moves against that shit. Okay? So you got to really, really, really be clear. That again, that kind of mentality, it freezes your motherfucking brain, i.e. the motor cortex to be precise, all right? Because, see, that fear shit that you got going on with this motherfucker, that shit is in the region of the brain that deal with the subconscious. So you would never consciously make a motherfucker decision to make a move because subconsciously you already believe that this motherfucker is superior. So you just be running your motherfucking mouth and observing. But in the meanwhile, the reality of the situation is motherfuckers is free. Motherfuckers is balling. Motherfuckers ain't nobody stopping nobody. Now, here go the legitimate questions. Well, if ain't nobody in the way, brother, then why did they burn down Black Wall Street? God damn it. You know why they burned down Black Wall Street? Because you still got Confederate type of motherfuckers in the United States. This shit ain't hard. you still got Confederate motherfuckers in the United States of America. You just saw them in Charlottesville. Okay? So you got a group of people who oppose your shit. But at large, it is not and it should not be the overwhelming vote of the goddamn government, i.e. the United States of America, i.e. any motherfucking states. Any level of government is not supposed to be about your motherfucking demise. All right. And you know this shit is the real deal because this whole shit with the neo-Nazis that just motherfucking took place was all about General Lee's statue coming down. General Lee was the general who was the head general for the Confederate Army who wanted the slaves. So in Virginia, they saying, fuck that shit, it's coming down. So now the white boys is pissed. Like, what are you doing? Virginia is the home. Richmond is the capital. Shout out Nika B. Is the capital of the fucking Confederates. And these white boys is like, what the fuck is this? You talking about taking down General Lee, in the birthplace and the capital of the goddamn Confederates? You goddamn right. Because it's a goddamn new day. What Kanye tell Oprah, it's a new day. Real shit. Y'all got to understand this shit because it runs parallel with reality. The other shit motherfuckers is talking, that shit don't even run parallel with reality. It was a trick. How? You're not a slave. You free. You can do what the fuck you want to do. Next angle, please. Please drop the link too. Show me a conspiracy. Well, Abraham Lincoln, one sister told me, well, Abraham Lincoln didn't want to do it. I don't give a rat's ass if he was forced to do it at gunpoint. If he really wasn't about you, he could have said, man, fuck these niggas. Blow my brains out. I ain't fucking with these niggas. I ain't freeing these niggas. I don't give a fuck. He could have, but he didn't. When you start looking at the history, see, this is what I'm saying. You got to get into the spirit of this shit. Sherman Tecumseh Williams, a general out of Ohio, was of the Northern Army. He the motherfucker that went down to Atlanta. He set the whole fucking city on fire. Burnt that bitch down, right? The slaves was trying to follow him. He didn't want the slaves to slow him down. And plus they said, the record said he really liked black folks like that, right? He burned the motherfucker. He burned some shit down because he didn't want them to basically make the North a casualty of war and shit, carrying this extra baggage and shit with no motherfucking military intelligence. So even if he didn't like niggas, what is the force that compared that motherfucker? If you don't like niggas, go fight for the Confederates. How can you not like niggas? You for slavery, but something is compelling you to fight on the side that's gonna get niggas free. You better examine that kind of shit. That's the God shit. Okay? So now let me go back because my brother Lee Antoine was like, brother, Dr. Khalid Muhammad will have your motherfucking head talking about Abraham Lincoln motherfucking freed the goddamn niggas, right? Flying the motherfucking red, white, and blue motherfucking flags and shit. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? You sellout ass nigga. But yet niggas is still in America and they won't lead this motherfucker. It baffles the fuck out of me, right? Motherfuckers can be so goddamn pro-black in Africa, but they ass don't motherfucking lead this bitch. Listen. If we're going to deal with Dr. Khalid Muhammad, peace be upon him, then we got to deal with the wisdom of the Nation of Islam because his roots is in the Nation of Islam. When you're dealing with the Nation of Islam, man, you're going to have to deal with Master Fard Muhammad. Yes, you're going to have to deal with this whole legacy. You're going to have to deal with this whole thing where Allah appears in the person. And this person who is appearing appears to be mixed, mulatto, or white boy looking. When you dig deeper, the legend says that he had a black daddy named Alfonso, one of the gods. And these gods was like, man, shit, we missing a tribe of folks. They done got kidnapped up out of motherfucking Africa and taken to the wilderness of North America. Now, the white man is ruling these niggas. And the way that we gonna get these niggas back to the original motherfucking religion, Islam, and get them free is I, as a black man, am going to have to go have sex with a white woman because I need to create a child that is going to look more like the white folks, because we're going to send this one into America so he can slip up under the radar of white supremacy. And when he get there, he going to go to Detroit, Black Bottom, and he going to raise these niggas up looking white. And he's going to be talking about the black man is God, the black woman is God, the white man is the devil. So in order for the Nation of Islam to even have come into existence, man, you're going to have to understand the science of fucking white women. I just got to call it for what it is. I ain't sugarcoating this shit, man. You're going to have to understand the science of fucking white women. Shout out to my motherfucking man Tiger, who came out with the album 18th Dynasty, Bloodlines, who was fucking little young Kylie. I don't condone the young part. Yeah, he said he waited for age. But my point is, I started to see spirit in this shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know what happens when black fucks white, white goes bye-bye. Now, I'm not saying motherfuckers go out there and fuck white women and ladies go fuck some white men. I'm saying if that's your motherfucking cup of tea, do you, because there's God inside of every goddamn thing. I'm going to always find the divinity in the shit. And that's what you need to get to. All right? All right. Y'all all right? Shout out to my nigga Bobby. Y'all all right? All right. All right. So, oh, man. See, look, man. What is this, man? Who is this, man? I think somebody said something. What is this? Maybe I'm looking at something wrong. So I thought somebody said something about some motherfucking house, cars, clothes. You a boss, that don't mean you free. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. See, I'm thinking, I got to read this in full. Somebody commented on some shit like, man, just because you got a house, just because you got a car, just because you a boss, that don't mean you free. I'm not going to even reiterate this point. You see yourself as a slave. And you know the fucked up part about this shit, y'all? They didn't even live in a time of slavery. And it's a good chance that they wasn't even a part of the motherfucking era of the 60s where they was inside of the freedom fighter shit that was going on. You feel me? The Martin Luther King shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers observe this shit through TV. Motherfuckers got genetic linkages to this shit. And then motherfuckers sympathize and motherfucking turn on negative emotions on this shit that motherfucking reinstates the motherfucking genetic slave shit that you got going on. And that shit keeps you locked down. You can never see yourself as free no matter how many motherfucking victories you get. A statement was made by the brother Lee Antoine. He said, he was quoting Dick Gregory, and he said, everything that is wrong with me, I blame the white man. God damn. You hear this shit? Everything that's wrong with me, I blame the white man. You might as well just get on your goddamn knees and pray to this motherfucker then. Like, but see, because I got wisdom, I understand the sentiment. Oh, well, shit, man, the slavery fucked us up. If you a convicted felon, and I know, if you're a convicted felon, you can't get a good job or some shit. All right, motherfucker, be an entrepreneur, be a boss then. Create your shit then. When are we going to stop making excuses? Because a motherfucker step to me, white boy, and then say, motherfucker, I ain't for that shit. We going to have to motherfucking rumble in some shape, form, or fashion. Period. Period. You against the motherfucking progression? You raising your motherfucking Dixie flag? You with the Confederate mindset? That's what you want? You want to get it? Then fuck it. That's what it is. Gettysburg Part 2 then. That's just what it is. Civil War Part 2. That's just what it is. And conscious niggas is walking around here, they really black Confederates. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I don't understand the logic of motherfucking the Northerners want motherfucking free labor. Or they, you know, they weren't even free. They didn't want free labor. They just wanted you to participate in building the Industrial Revolution. But shit, I could swear you've benefited from that shit. See, man, I got this shit pegged, man. This shit ain't hard. You want to go from The 13 colonies had slaves, man. This ain't the United States of America. This is the 13 colonies. This started at 1600. From 1600 to 1776, we got the 13 colonies who got motherfucking slaves. 1776, let's give the United States of America her birthday, her just due, which I always show y'all that shit is Syrian. July 4th, I showed y'all that the sun, the earth, and Sirius are in a perfect motherfucking alignment. I keep showing that shit. All right. So you can just watch the videos on that shit. So therefore, if that's Sirius, that's Dogon, that's Mali, that's West Africa, that's Egyptian, that's Isis, the goddess Sobdek. This is motherfucking African spirituality on this shit, man. Okay. The red, white, and blue is dealing with the earth, blue, red, the sun. I'm sorry. Yeah. And white looks like the star motherfucking Sirius at night. Okay. So that's what that shit is dealing with, bro. All right. And so 1776, we get the formation of the United States government. The brother made a comment and said, but listen, you remember that shit called 3/5? The white boys up north tried to make us, 3/5 of a human being. That's some bullshit, man. That was not the United States of America who did that. 1789. Let me get my shit straight for you motherfucking fact checkers and shit. 1789. Am I lying? I think it's called the Philadelphia Convention. Okay. In 1789, they have a meeting because the government at that point is only a couple years old. 1776 is the birthday. 1789 comes along. We like, 13 years. And it's like, yo, that slave shit got to stop. We ain't with that shit. This is on the records. This is the United States of America saying this shit. Because prior is the 13 colonies. Slaves is popping. So the white boys down south, South Carolina, Virginia, these motherfuckers is like, what? You bugging. This shit ain't stopping, man. This is how we getting this bread. So the records state that the shit was so heated over slavery, they had to postpone that discussion to later in the session. This is a newfound government that's getting together talking about how we gonna run this shit. Something you niggas need to do. And I'm not talking about in the sense of, well, we can do it on a national scale too, but it needs to be done within your own immediate demographic that you choose. Because the blueprint is right there in front of you. We always said, goddamn shit, fuck it. Everybody wanted Obama to win the motherfucking third term. Let's go make his ass the motherfucking governor of some shit, a mayor of some motherfucking shit, and we motherfucking build this motherfucker. Where's the petition for that? Motherfucker, the water get fucked up in Flint and niggas is talking about the government. Nah, motherfucker, put your bread up and fix this shit. So trust me, y'all, when I say like, yo, hip hop astrology and I'm shouting out, motherfuckers in hip hop, some motherfuckers get mad at me like, oh, just because he a boss and just because he own his own title, he own his own streaming company, that don't mean, listen, I understand that shit. And I don't know what motherfuckers did, but I do know this. It is not a known national fact that niggas got together and fixed motherfucking Flint, Michigan. So I'm saying the evolution of consciousness needs to motherfucking take place with me, you, and everybody and their motherfucking mama. All right? All right. So in that discussion, the Philadelphia Convention, 1789, slavery got to stop. And these motherfuckers is given a 20-year window that, listen, motherfucker, in 1809, it ain't going to be no motherfucker you bringing in slaves or you kicking slaves out and you shipping them out making the money. That ain't happening. That shit going to stop. That's how it's going to start. We going to stop you from bringing them in and we going to stop you from sending them out. You got to look at the motherfucking art of war, nigga. You niggas act like y'all motherfuckers is phony as fuck, man. Because y'all act like y'all like Sun Tzu art of war shit, but you don't never put yourself in the mindset of the art of war when it comes to the history of the goddamn United States of America, how your black ass ain't a slave no more, and how you gonna get that shit to happen without losing your motherfucking life. Okay? Because nobody wants to motherfucking die over their idea. They die if they have to over the idea, not because they voluntarily want to. Okay? So, slavery didn't end in 1789. 1809 comes, shit still popping. This is a newly found government. 1860, what, one and all that shit come up. Abraham Lincoln come in. South Carolina says, yo, fuck this shit. I ain't fucking with you. We separating. Then again, I just got in that history early. That's the Confederate States of America. That's not the United States of America. Okay? I said that shit in one of my motherfucking raps, man. I know I done told you. Abe Lincoln Union soldier, General Grant and the cavalry, put end to General Lee. That's 15 states went to slavery. Northern Army, who you better be. The USA is not the KKK. That was the white Confederate. Facts. Bars, nigga. I got bars too. Don't sleep on a nigga. Nigga got bars. All right. So what I'm saying is, yo, hold up. Let's pause for a minute, everybody. Let's look at this shit for what it's worth. America didn't have America had slaves, but it was already built in from the 13 colonies. And then at her Philadelphia convention in the newly found government, she's talking about getting rid of this shit. All right? And now motherfuckers ain't fucking with George Washington. And I always got to give a shout out to motherfucking Rick Ross, the boss, simply because this nigga is a walking hieroglyph. All these motherfuckers is a walking hieroglyphs of God's expression. Everybody is made from the creator, so everybody is an expression of the creator. Those who become famous are in the limelight by the power of the God, Most High's permission, and there's a certain expression that he wants you to motherfucking learn from this shit. God damn, this shit ain't hard. Motherfuckers say they believe and act stupid as fuck. All right, so Rick Ross, as I showed in a video dedicated to him, got a tattoo of Abe Lincoln. Rick Ross is an Aquarius, so the expression is going to come through him easy in this time. Abe Lincoln and George Washington. Now, niggas is pissed off with George Washington because he was a slave holder. I get it. But again, get into your art of war mode. Because I showed how Washington allowed Benjamin Banneker, a black man, to survey the new territory called Washington, D.C., the federal government. Facts. This is real shit. All right? The federal government. Okay? I showed this shit. And since he's a slave owner, again, what is the force that compelled Washington not to say, yo, fuck this nigga, Benjamin Banneker? This motherfucker, he shouldn't be able to read, write, and motherfucking know astronomy. Put this slave in this place, chain this motherfucker up and put him on my plantation. Why did he not do that? Because you can't override this spirit force, man. You was approaching, at that time, the age of freedom. So the signs was already in the motherfucking works. So I told you I'm going to do a whole shit and I'm going to burn you niggas up. Fuck it. The Masonic conspiracy was to free motherfucking slaves. If you know of anything different, you got facts that support that Abraham Lincoln was in on a motherfucking conspiracy, drop the link. Drop the link. All right. And I'll come off with this, man. Listen, I got a class coming up that is on some other shit. I'm the urban guru. So I can get on this kind of shit, but then I'll motherfucking turn around and show you a motherfucking picture of me with a violent flame coming out my motherfucking forehead. And in the spiritual shit, the white folks that fuck with the spiritual shit, they know what it is. They call it the violet flame of Saint Germain. Okay? Here's a live picture of my most devoted motherfucking student. All right? Who is an embodiment of this love energy, who took some principles that I taught her, and in a year's time, her face glows. And then when you take pictures of her, she becomes transparent. Ain't even here on some Mother Teresa type of shit. Okay? So when it comes to meditation and the spiritual science, I'm addressing the political shit, but I come from a spiritual perspective, man. All right? But when it comes to cultivating your soul and your mind and understanding this cosmic energy, understanding your brain, understanding who you are and your connection, we get into this thing for real. Okay, theimaginationguru.com, and then you can get into this class that's coming up called Your Cosmic Light Body. Go to myastrologycoach.com, click on the shop tab, and then you're going to see classes. You're going to see it right there. This is a yearly program that will show you how to expand the light of your soul. With that, I'll leave you in peace.
Prophecy is what we all have to go by now.